Good morning, I'm Olivia. Welcome to my SilverSneakers Flex Chair Yoga class. Let's begin first by taking just a nice deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Don't you need one more? Arms up this time. Deep breath in. All right. So sitting up against the back of the chair, settle in, let the back of the chair carry your body. So you can just kind of let everything let go. Open your eyes wide, and then just let them drift closed for a minute. We're going to draw attention to our breath. And in yoga, we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, except for like when I ask you to exhale through the mouth. You may want a few of those every now and then. Please feel free to do what you need to do. Find your own adventure here. I'm going to give you a lot of modifications to make it doable, accessible for wherever you are. I want to honor, celebrate your abilities and honor your inabilities today, and work where you're comfortable at all times. And then as you begin to tap into your breath, begin to notice the movement of the rib cage and the collarbones, and the breastbone. Notice which part of the breath is energizing and which part is relaxing. Which part of the breath might help you find length in your spine? So just be aware of that. As eyes open, nice soft gaze. Let's travel out to the edge of the seat. So your sit bones are on the edge of the seat. Your feet are right underneath your knees. Shoulders just sort of release away from your ears. So you're sitting as tall as you possibly can. Stretch the crown of the head to the ceiling. Let's come back, tap into the breath once again. And what I think you'll notice is now the back ribs are going to move a little bit. So let that happen. Maybe breathe to the back ribs. And just for fun, let's see if we can breathe into the right rib cage. And then into the left rib cage. And then right here into your heart space. All right, and just hands are right there on the thighs. Pressing down just slightly, you notice that's going to draw the shoulders away from the ears, so let that happen. Then I want you to tip the head over towards the right, and I want you to imagine you've got this crown of light, or no, light beam coming out of the crown of your head. You're going to shine over towards the right side, and then drop the chin down towards your chest. We're going to come over to the left, and come right back up, and then let's do the same thing. So instead of crunching down on this side, keep this left side long as well, just like the right side. Drop the chin towards your chest. Come over to the other side. Lengthen that right side as well as the left. And then all the way back up. Let's look over the right shoulder. And drop your chin, trace your collarbone, come up looking over that left shoulder. And then we'll go back. Hear those Rice Krispies in your neck? And back to the front. And then just an easy yes and no. Lifting the chin, whatever is comfortable for you. Try not to let the head fall back, but just lift the chin. Gaze goes up and gaze goes down towards your knees. One more time. And down. All right, Release the hands down by your side. We'll come into seated mountain pose. We'll do the same thing standing, but right now seated mountain pose. So you were on the very tip of the sit bones. Lift up through the pelvic floor. Pull the navel in. Lift the heart just a wee bit. And then let the elbows tuck in towards your waistline. So the palms are going to start to press forward just a little bit. Put a little tuck in your chin, because we tend to do this, right? So ever so slight tuck in your chin. Nice. And let's roll the shoulders around. So just moving the shoulders. Well, I guess the arms too, but nothing in the torso. And around. Any clicking, any popping, as long as there's no pain. All right, let's reverse that back to front. Still holding that navel in, still nice and tall. All right, and then lift the shoulders up, 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 up. Press down, 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 down. And then again, lift up, 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 up. Press down, 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 down. 2 more. Natural inhale, natural exhale. 1 more time. And exhale. All right, with those palms forward, press. You're going to feel the shoulders separate in the back. They sort of flatten out on your spine. And then draw them back. Imagine they were going to touch behind your back. And again, push forward. They separate. Draw back. You got a nice stretch in the chest and work the back. Here's the inhale. Here's the exhale. 1 more time. And exhale. All right, let's bring the sides of the hands together right there. Reach forward. This is sort of my Oliver twist. More food, please. Okay, hands together, elbows up high. And over to one shoulder the thumbs go. And then over to the other shoulder. Lifting up on the elbows and press the hands forward. All right, some silliness, right? Here we go. Over to the shoulder. Over to the shoulder. Lifting up on the elbows and press forward. Left hand, I'm going to turn my phone off. Circle that arm around. And add a little bit of a rotation in the spine here. You can just take the arm if that's what feels best to you today. And 1 more. All right, let's go the other way. Same thing. So now we add a little rotation in the spine as well as the shoulder. 2 more. And last one. All right, both arms out to the side. And reach through the fingers here. Let's just rotate this. Yep, everybody's going to have to shift a little bit probably. And then just rotate the palms to the ceiling. And see what happens to the shoulders. They drop down there. Palms to the ceiling, thumbs to the back. And we're going to slide side to side just a little bit. It's like I'm going to reach something over there on the side. And again. Lengthen in the right side and then the left side. Let's take the hands to the ribs. And we're going to circle around. Ooh. And this is just the ribs here. We'll get into the hips a little bit later. This takes a little concentration, right? Go the other way. All right. So hands can come here, they can be here, they can be wherever. We're going to go side to side. And I don't have my arms out because sometimes you might touch your neighbor and it gets scary. And again. 1 more time. All right, so let's take a little bit hands behind the head. They can come here if you like. Lifting up on one knee and then the other. Imagine that elbow is going to touch the knee. Maybe it makes it, maybe it doesn't. That's okay. And 2 more. Last. 1 more. All right, walking the feet out a little bit wider. Now, press down on the thigh muscles. Press the shoulders down as well. This isn't what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do. So pressing down. Pull that belly in, hinge at the hip. Look down towards the earth, scoop in the belly and round the spine and roll back up. And again, hinge at the hip. Look down towards the earth. Now pull that belly in and round the spine and roll back up. And again, pushing down, roll back up. All right, now from here we're going to go around. Oh. 1 attention to your breath. Be sure you're not holding it. This should feel good. Let's go the other way. If that feels good to you, it sure does me. Belly is pulled in as well. And one more time. All right, get that thing out of my way. All right, left hand now. Let's take this little arc over. Circle down and then turn over that left knee and reach. Like you're trying to grab something here. Come right back up. We arc over again. Circle around, belly in, turn and reach. One more time. Arcing over. Exhale, reach. All right, we go the other way. Same thing. Deep breath in. Reaching through that little finger. 2 more times. Reach. 1 more time. Yes, does this feel good?
Yes.
Okay, good. Does to me. All right, and then all the way. Let's bring the feet back in. Right knee up. Circle the ankle. All right, wiggle your toes. I'm just looking to see. My feet are dirty. I forgot my shoes. I forgot my socks today. It feels so weird. Ugh. Shelley, you do this all the time, don't you? In your bare. Well, you've been in Florida too. I love tan feet. All right. So from here, lined up with the hip, I'm going to bring this kind of across my midline a little bit. Switch hands and reach back, and then go back to the right hand and out to the side. All right. So I'm going to bring it across my midline a little bit. If you've been told not to do that, don't do it, all right? And now to the side. And then one more time. Cross the midline, a little stretch down that IT band on the side, and out to the side. And drop it down. Ooh, brush it in, and back out again. So head over, heart over pelvis here. What I want you to think about doing is not leaning and rocking and rolling. Just hold up nice and tight. If you need to keep the foot on the ground the whole time you're doing it, that's okay. But nothing moving up here. And one more time. All right, leave it out here on the side and walk your foot toe heel back in. Let's ride up on both toes. Yeah, and then to the heels. And then again, both toes and to the heels. And then both toes into the heels. Both toes into the heels. Yeah. Okay. Left leg up. And circle in the ankle, wiggle in your toes. All right, so again, I'm going to bring it across my midline just ever so slightly here and reach back. So I actually kind of bring the foot to the calf muscle there. Switch hands and it comes out to the side. And then again, look over that left shoulder. You could even look to the right thumb. We have a little head work in here. Over. And last one. And let's let that drop down right there. And then we brush it in and out. And same thing, hold that body absolutely still, so nothing moving up here. Again, takes a little focus and concentration. 2 more. And leave it out here. Walk it right back in to meet the other one. Up on the toes, like you're trying to crack in your sneakers. If you have shoes on, it's a little more difficult. Now what I want you to do is lift that right foot up and see if you can slide those toes underneath and then press the top of the foot towards the earth. So your shoestrings down. It may or may not work for you. It's okay if it doesn't. All right, we switch to the other side. Lifting up. Point the toes back to the back wall and drop the shoestrings down towards the ground. All right, and then back. Okay, so getting up. We're going to take the feet wide today. We're going to use hands right here on the thigh muscles, up and down 5 times, all right? Lean forward. Use your body weight to get you up. Deep breath in. We'll raise up. Exhale down. And again, deep breath in. Go ahead and rock back. Whatever you need to do to get yourself out of the seat is a good thing, all right? As long as you can get yourself up. Excuse me, it doesn't matter. If you need to use the chair, the back of the chair, that's okay. Okay, this time come up. Slowly down. Tap your seat. Maybe you make it there, maybe you don't. And we go right back up. Can we do one more of that? See if you can get down and tap your seat on the chair. Come right back up. All right, shake your legs. Very nice, very nice. Grab a drink of water, go around to the back. I'm going to go grab my water bottle. Excuse me. Oh, you're really cramped up back here in the back. You going to be okay? All right. Yeah, you are. Okay. So coming into mountain pose behind the chair. You always have this chair for balance. Remember, and if you need it, please use it. I'll give you lots of options, but I'll also give you an option to use the chair for something. So mountain pose means your heels are underneath your sit bones. The feet are not wide, they're not together, they're just comfortably underneath you. And then what I want you to do, and as you turn the tailbone towards the ground, you'll notice your knees sort of soften just a wee bit. So we always want to be in that stance. They're not bent, they're just a little bit softer. Yeah. And then lift up through the pelvic floor. Pull the navel towards the spine. Let the heart lift half an inch more. And then let the elbows draw in towards the waistline. The palms begin to press forward. Put a little tuck to your chin so the head hasn't fallen back. And maybe, if you want to challenge your balance, I would say maybe bring the fingertips towards the chair. Close your eyes momentarily. And breathe as if you were trying to breathe in this wonderful aroma of, for me it's chocolate chip cookies and cinnamon rolls, but whatever it is for you. You know how that is. You really pull it in and get it kind of swirl around in your mouth. All right, smile on your face, eyes open, soft gaze. All right. And let's take this little Stairmaster where you just lift up on one heel and then the other. Crack it in your new sneakers. And again. All right. So let's take a downward facing dog so we get this down too. Walk the feet back underneath the hips. You're going to lower the heart towards the earth. Now bend the elbows as much as you need to. Bend the knees as much as you need to. I want you to turn that tailbone towards the back wall. And with that belly pulled in, breathe to those back ribs. Feel them expand. You should feel that expand all across the back when you do that. On this last deep breath in, open your mouth and exhale. So taking the gaze over the chair, like I said something, you didn't want to miss it. You look up, both feet in, give yourself a little bit of space between you and the chair. We'll take both arms up, deep breath in. I'm going to take the left hand to the front and the right hand to the back. Now you can use the chair if you need to. What I want you to notice is you are still standing square on both feet in mountain pose. And that right hip is pulling forward instead of drawing back. Lift that right heel from the ground if you can, and use that chair for balance if you need to. Look into that right wall, sink into your knees a wee bit deeper. Circle that arm back around to the front, and we go the other arm. It's chair's always there if you need it. All right, so pull that left hip forward, lift that left heel maybe, and sink into both knees. Watch that your hips are still facing the front. They have not turned to the side. Breathe. Drop your shoulders. Both arms back. And step away from the chair. We're going to take this nice deep breath in. And exhale. Forward fold. Hinge at the hip. Now, from here, halfway ride. Slide your hands up towards the quadricep muscles and squeeze the shoulder blades. It's like you're looking at a small child right there on the ground, or a little dog. And then circle the arms down like you're going to lift that little puppy up, reach to the ceiling, and exhale back down. Let's do it one more time. Deep breath in. We forward fold. Halfway rise. Slide your hands flat back. Slide your hands to the thigh muscles. Circle sweep. Lift that little child up and follow your gaze up all the way down. All right, so from here we're going to do it one more time. Arms in front, circle that arm back. Lift that right heel, sink into both knees. Right back to the front, both arms up. We go the other way. Open, keep that left hip facing the front. Don't let it go back. Lift that left heel, sink into both knees. Deep breath in, we do it again. Keep the hips to the front, just turn the upper body, lift that right heel, sink into both knees. Rise right back up and go the other way. Drop your shoulders, everyone. Lift that heel and sink into the knees. All the way up, both hands on the chair, go back to downward facing dog. Turn that tailbone to the back wall, hollow your belly, breathe into the back ribs. Soften your knees as much as you need to do this. And you can lower the heart as much as you are comfortable here. I would say let's not let it fall below the arms right there. All right. Taking the gaze over the chair, step in on the right foot. And we're going to reach that right arm to the ceiling all the way up. Let's do this. Let's turn the palms to the front here, and we'll turn the palms to the back here. And just like you're trying to reach for that imaginary wall behind you. And then we switch and go the other way. Reach, reach, reach. And again, reach. One more time. Both arms up and hands back to the chair. We'll take some standing cat and cow today. So I'm going to step back just a little bit. And this is kind of like I'm pushing the grocery cart. So I'm leaning into it just a little bit. But I'm going to take straight arms and straight legs. Heart comes forward. So I get a little stretch in the front body. Sink into the knees, tuck the tailbone underneath you, tuck the chin like you're trying to look back towards your navel. And then again, straight arms, straight legs, eyes up, heart forward. Deep breath, exhale, tuck that tailbone. You're gonna C-shape your spine. And again, you are as young as your back is flexible. Every day, some cat and cow. And one more time. Exhale. All right, stepping into the chair, let's get a little leg warm up here as well, and hip just out to the side, whatever you're able to do, lifting the legs as high as you are comfortable here. And again. All right, stepping out to the right side of the chair, let's just lift that leg up and around, like you're gonna step over a fence right here. So swing it forward and lift it up and around. One more, very nice. All right, now to the back. I've got the ball of the foot on the ground, the heel is lifted. I'm just gonna lift that leg up and a little pulse of that heel to the ceiling. I'm holding on to the chair. Just to warm up the glutes and the hamstring in the back. All right, and then release, give it a shake. Other side. So same thing here, you're gonna lift this leg up and over a fence on the ground. And again, and you take this range of motion, it's gonna work. You need both hands on the chair. Get a little closer to it. You can do it with one, that's okay. And again. All right, and now just to the back, ball of the foot on the ground. I'm just gonna flex the foot, pull the toe towards the knee, and then pulse. Little squeeze in the glute. Be sure you're squeezing up there high in that glute and the hamstring. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, and back to the chair. Take the feet out wide. I'm gonna sink into goddess pose. So my knees are bent. My toes are pointing towards the diagonal of my imaginary box, all right? And I say that because my diagonal is gonna look a little different than yours is, all right? So my knees are bent. Lifting up on one heel and then the other. And again. All right, let's lift up on this left heel and we're gonna pulse down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the heel, take a breath. Star pose. Other side, lift up and pulse down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Heel down, rise up, star pose. Drop your shoulders and down. All right, let's try this. Both heels up. I'm gonna hold the chair. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the heels, star pose. Lovely, beautiful. Let's arc over to one side. Belly in, and then the other side. Lovely, and reach. Circle everything down. Step back, take a nice deep breath in. We forward fold. Take this halfway rise again, squeeze in the shoulder blades, and then circle sweep. pass through chair pose and all the way up. Reach a little higher. Nice. And release down. Grab a drink of water, and we'll move into some warrior postures. All right. So no, let's do it this way. We'll do it back front this time first. Okay. From mountain pose, heels under the sit bones. Tailbones are always towards the earth. As tall as you possibly can. We need to be walking through the earth like this, all right? Instead of like this. Yeah. Nice and tall. Deep breath in. Okay. Hands to the heart. I'm going to lift my left heel from the ground. If you need that chair, this is where you're going to want to put your hands on, because I'm going to lift the foot and shoot it way back. That toe turns out just a little bit. This front knee is over the ankle, and the back leg is straight. You can stretch that foot out as far as you're comfortable, but whatever you do, this front knee is going to stay over the ankle. You could bring it in a little bit, but the front knee is still over the ankle, right? All right, so here we go. Deep breath in, warrior one. Rise up. I love to lift my shoulders, but then you got to shut them down, or draw them down, right? Nice and tall. Let's see if we can keep both arms up and arc over. And then arc over. Lovely. Circle sweep the arms back, hinge at the hip here. So imagine you have this long line from the crown of the head to the heel, and you've got a beach ball right here on the back side. You're going to slide it down towards the heel so the shoulders draw away from the ears. All right, let's bring that left hand to the chair. Get yourself back up and reaching back, reaching back. I'm not quite all the way up, but I am up a little way. And then circle sweep that arm back. Step both feet in. Deep breath in. Lift up on that left or right heel. And we're going to shoot that foot back. Use the chair if you need it. Front knee over the ankle. Back leg is straight. We rise up. Drop your shoulders. Little arc over. Belly in. A little arc over. Squeezing the inner thighs together. We hinge at the hip. We take that beach ball and slide it right down towards. Let's see if we can hold on to the thumb back here now. Slide the thumbs back. It's a little more work on the shoulders. You work where you're comfortable. Breathing. All right. Right hand to the chair and reach back. Come upright just a wee bit. Reaching back. Gazing towards that left wall. Maybe your left thumb. Coming into downward facing dog. Windmill that arm around. Step on back. Take a couple of breaths there. Find your downward facing dog. Any movements you need now, please take it. A little wiggle. Bend the knees really deep. Turn the hips side to side, whatever feels good to you. I like to find a lot of different sensations in downward facing dog. I even do it in the grocery store with my grocery cart. Believe it or not. All right, let's bring the hands back to the thigh muscles, and let's get the feet in mountain pose again. So the heels are lined up with the sit bones. And we're going to reverse swan dive all the way back up, sinking down. Forward fold. Here's that halfway rise. Slide the hands towards the crease of the hip. Now you have this nice flat back, crown of the head. My heart's reaching forward here. I'm going to sink a wee bit deeper with the same flat back, heart coming forward. Reach that left arm out, right arm out to the side. Switch, reach the other arm out to the side. My hands are right there at my knees. And back, reverse swan dive all the way back up. Lovely. And down. Shake out. Everything. And grab a drink of water. We will come back. Okay, so from mountain pose, right, let's walk one foot out, and then we'll walk the other foot out, all right? First of all, let's do this. Let's turn the toes to the front. And instead of the side walls, turn the toes to the front so the outside edge of your feet are parallel to this little imaginary box you're standing in. Little soft bend in the knee as you turn the tailbone to the ground. Wide standing mountain pose. Same thing going on. What I want you to imagine is your feet are starting to do this. All right? So you have to pull up on the middle and really engage the leg muscles, the core muscles. Breathing deep. All right. Right toe's going to turn to the right wall. And I'm going to sink into that knee. Comes right over top of the ankle, back leg is straight, and arms out. Yeah, drop your shoulders. Warrior two. Okay, let's take the palms to the front. Press the knuckles back even more. Great stretch in the chest. Lift the heart. And then wrap your arms around. Drop your chin down towards your chest. All right, like you're going to take your shirt off. You reach down, both arms up. And let's let that right arm drop to the knee. So looking down towards the toes right there. And this left arm stays up there. Look towards the front of the room. And if this is accessible, look towards the ceiling. Get hold of the chair maybe if you need it. It's okay. What I want you to do now is press that knuckle back, those knuckles back just a little bit more towards the back of your imaginary box. Opening the chest a little bit more. Drop that hand to the chair and come upright. We're going to turn the body to the right wall. So I'm going to lift that heel and rotate around. Coming into a high lunge here. All right, my back heel is up. Reaching that arm that's furthest away from me to the ceiling if you're able to. Now take a little bend in the knee and then come back up. So we're going to take this little baby lunge. You need to bring your feet in a little bit closer there, Artie. Bring that back foot in or the front one back, whatever. And sink down. A little bit of a lunge and back up. All right, so hold this lunge and keep that hand on the chair. Now what we're going to do is bring this back foot forward to meet the other one. And if you need that chair, drag it to you. All right? That hand that's up, I want you to drop it to the outside edge of your left leg and turn to the front. Drop that other hand down to the chair, Wilma. Yep, hold on to the chair. Hold on to the chair. It's just fine. So we're in twisted chair, right? Now you can keep that hand there. Maybe you could slide it to your back pocket if you find balance. Bring that belly in here. Let that left shoulder roll back. Let that right shoulder roll down underneath you. Lovely. I like to look back to the floor before I come out of this. So look down towards your toes. Turn the shoulders back, reverse swan dive all the way back up. Deep breath in and down. All right, we go the other way. Lovely. So we started with this nice wide standing mountain pose and pretending our feet were slipping out. We were press the feet down, draw them inward. You really feel those legs work. I do have a little bend in my knees, so they haven't locked. I have a little bend in the knees, but I'm working them hard. Doing this. All right, here we go. We turn the toe. Sink into that knee. Now make the adjustment. If you need to bring the back foot in, that's fine. But this knee is going to be over the ankle. The arms slide out. Let's take this again. Palms to the front. Press the knuckles back. It's like you're trying to say that fish was this big, all right? So press the knuckles back. Give yourself a hug. Like you're going to take your shirt off. Arms to the ceiling. We drop that left arm down, look down towards your hand, towards the knee. Now be sure that knee hasn't buckled all the way in. Press that baby toe edge of your foot into the ground. And see if that right arm will reach even more skyward. Yeah, nice. All right, we look to the front. And maybe we look to the ceiling. And this is where we're going to reach those knuckles to the back wall. So if you want to put a hand on the chair, go ahead and do that. You're going to press those knuckles back a little bit further. A little more stretch in the chest, a little more twist in the spine. Nice, nice. All right, drop that hand to the chair, come upright, and this is where we're going to lift that back heel and turn to the left wall. All right, adjust your feet. You may want to bring that front foot back a little bit here. Body is upright. Let's reach that arm that's furthest away from me to the ceiling. All right, fire on those core muscles, sink into that knee, and rise back up. Just take a little bit of a bend here. You want to think about bringing that back knee towards the ground. The front knee will automatically do that. And one more time, and we're going to hold this lunge. All right, because we're going to bring that back foot in to meet the other. Drop that hand down to the outside edge of your right leg and look towards me. I have hold of the chair. I have not let go of it. But if you feel like you've got balance, drop that hand to your hip. Bring that left shoulder underneath the right shoulder. Bring the heart to the left side of your imaginary box. And coming out of this, nice work, ladies. Everybody, sorry, then too. Look towards the earth, reverse swan dive all the way. I was just looking at this. Forward fold. And we take that halfway rise here, heart moves forward, and circle sweep all the way up. All right, and all the way down. Shake out. Really, really nice. Okay, grab a drink of water. We'll come back, we'll do some balancing. Gosh, I'm so sorry about that. All right, we'll come into easy tree pose today. We have not done this for a long time. It's just very grounding. Lots of good options. I'm going to take this out of the way so you all can see me and the camera can as well. From our mountain pose, turn the tailbone to the ground. Right away you feel those knees soften instead of locking them out. So they're going to soften just a bit. And let's play a little bit here. Transfer the weight over to the right foot without falling. And then over to the left foot. And notice how when you do that, you have to fire on this side of your body. Let's do that again. Squeeze this glute. Make the leg really work. Okay, we'll come back to the left side and lift that right heel. Hand on the chair. Easy tree pose first is this simple sapling pose. So that heel rests right there on the ankle. All right, easy enough, right? Fire on this right side of your, or left side of your body, hands to the heart. If that's accessible, keep the chair handy if you need to. Let's just try this. Hand or hands on the chair. It's up to you. Drop your shoulders. You find that focal point right ahead that's not moving. I think as you begin to practice, it's easier to have a little gaze downward instead of right straight the horizon line. So maybe that'll help. All right, let's bring the hands back to the chair as we add a little more challenge to this. Holding onto the chair, we're going to slide that foot to the calf muscle and give it a good press into your calf right there. So you work this hamstring here and this glute, as well as this side, which is supporting you. We'll try the same thing. One hand first. And should you find balance, maybe the other hand. And should you find balance, maybe reach. Drop down to sapling pose if you want. That's fine with me. You find your tree.
Getting old and falling apart.
Oh, hands to the heart. Have you read the story, The Giving Tree?
Yes.
Hands back down. Don't you love that story?
Yes.
Shake out. You still have purpose here. You're not done yet. All right, we take the other side. So we'll start with easy sapling pose first. I just like this because it also reminds you how to stay in this mountain pose. Collarbones are very broad. Again, walk through the earth like this, not like this, right? Hands to the heart. I have sapling pose. My heel is resting on my heel is resting on my ankle, yeah. And should you find balance, let's try. Use the chair if you need to. That's why it's there. Rock stars, all of you. All right, hands in. Hands on the chair if you need it. Otherwise, we lift that leg. And we'll try this again. Maybe one hand, maybe two hands. Your tree has branches. So nice. Lifting the heart. smiling. Breathe deep. And step out to the side. You know you're ready. The posture begins when you're ready to come out of it, right? Slide down, tuck the tailbone and around the spine and roll back up. Nice and slow, shoulders up by your ears, around and down. Walk your feet together. Shake out your legs. All right, let's grab a drink of water and sit back down. I went a little over today, but I think I started. All righty, so we finish here in the seat. Still at the edge of the seat. Let's bring that right knee up one more time. Let's see if we can get a little better stretch in that low back. So what I want you to do is make your spine this C shape. You're gonna pull that navel in towards your spine. I stretch across the back, lifting the elbows out to the side, and bring the knee a little closer to the forehead. Breathe into the back ribs. All right, as you sit up tall, I'm gonna cross this leg up high. You know, if you have been told not to cross the midline, this isn't accessible, your hip hurts, your knee hurt, don't do it, all right? Put it on the ground, that's fine. Otherwise, from here, be sure this foot is underneath the knee. And then we're gonna press that low back forward so you come into mountain pose. Nice, bright collarbones, as tall as you can possibly sit, if nothing else, all right? And breathe. Keeping this foot flexed, that toe draws back towards the knee, it protects the knee. And then maybe an ever so slight hinge at the hip. Up to you. Breathing deep. All right, let's lift this leg up and out to the side. Using your hand to hold that knee right over the ankle so it's not going to buckle in. I'm going to put that baby toe edge on the ground. Come back to the front and then rotate. Let's start first in the hips, the ribs, the shoulders, and the head. And I'm going to put my hand on the chair for a little more support, looking over that left shoulder, but keeping that right knee going to the right wall there. Let's keep that hand on the back of the chair right there where it is. Back to the front. Slide that leg to the front. Toe on the ground or heel on the ground, whatever feels better to you. And then I'm going to put my hands on the back of the chair, both of them. I'm going to sink and see if my elbows will find the chair. Don't panic. Walk them back a little more if they don't. And if they don't hit there, that's okay. And then lift the heart. Keeping the chin tucked here. Feel the shoulder blades draw together and feel them kind of scoop up your heart. Let it push you back up nice and tall. We're going to hinge forward, a little stretch in the back of that leg. And tuck the tailbone and round back up and bring with you the left leg. All right, deep breath in. Exhale, roll back on the fleshy part of your seat a little bit. Forehead comes towards the knee. Breathe into those back ribs. Feel that great stretch in that back. See if you can get into the low back by pulling that back in, or belly in even more. All right, sit up tall. You take this crossover. Again, if this doesn't work for you, put the foot down. It's okay. You can support the leg, which is what I do on this side. All right, that toe stays flexed. Press that low back forward. Yeah, everybody grew a half an inch when I said that. It's great. It's like, maybe a little hinge forward. If nothing else, you're sitting tall, right? I need a deep breath and a long exhale because the exhale is the relaxing part and I need to get my hips to relax. All right, let's take that leg out to the side. You're going to use your hand to hold that knee over the ankle, back to the front, and then starting in hips, we start this rotation. So hips, ribs, shoulders, chin. And use that right hand on the back, right hand on the chair right there for a little more leverage to hold you there, keeping that knee right over the ankle there on the left side. One more more breath. All right, let's keep that right hand there. I'm going to bring this foot down, slide it forward, and put that left hand there too. I'm going to walk them back a little bit into the heel of the hand, see if I can get my elbows on the chair, squeezing them in. If they don't make it there, then onto the outside, just give the chair a squeeze, all right? Lifting the heart, keeping the chin tucked, 'cause I don't look at the bottom of anybody's chin. I want to see your chin, not the underside. Is that your stomach I just heard, Sam? All right. He was moaning, I think. This time, come forward fold. Belly in, deep breathe into the back ribs. And exhale, roll right back up. Nice and tall. One sit bone at a time, lift it and walk yourself back so you work the oblique muscles when you do that. Get yourself all the way to the back of the chair. And again, slide your legs out in front like you're walking up the wall. Feet are flexed, toes are drawn back like you're trying to look the bottom of your feet. All right. And then take the knuckles of the big toe together. See if you can bring the heels together like there's no place like home. And again. And then the heels together, toes out, wiggle them. Yeah. And then let's circle them around. All right. You can bring the feet down. Let's take the wrists out in front. Little la-di-da, I call this. Play the piano. And then I call this tickle. Yeah. All right. Circle the arms around. Deep breath in. Roll that spine into the chair if you're not there already. And settle on back in. Open your eyes really wide. Scrunch up your face. And just let it relax. Let that translate into your jaw. Your teeth have unclenched. Into your shoulders. Maybe tucking the shoulders underneath you there on the chair a little bit. And tap into your breath right away. And just allow your body to come to some stillness. Drift away. Go to your happy place. Feel that front body just sink to the back body. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. And bring the hands together at your heart. Drop your chin to your chest. Gratitude turns everything we have into enough. And so with a grateful heart, namaste.
Namaste.
Lovely job. Good work. All right.